Making up my first.
Should be easy.
Save the people. But yeah, we didn't want to talk about women getting mad because they're losing their jobs because they're stupid.
Whoever's out there is getting cozy at their job, don't.
Enemy approaching.
Woman got fired from her job because she was being friends with her boss. My opinion. You can be friends with the boss if you fucking work. If you are reliable and they depend on you, they're going to depend on you. Now, if you're not reliable, more or less likely they're not gonna fucking depend on you, and they're gonna sit there and look at you as an idiot. You're sucking up to them. Hey, if I suck up to you, will you keep my job? Their money's at stake just as much as yours is. And that's exactly what it is. So there's rumors going on that you're being a fucking complete moron, which, you know, occasionally does happen. Then yeah, people are gonna sit there and be like, okay, well, you're an idiot for doing that shit. I think most people can agree with that. Like, say, like people at my job. Some people at my job, you know, they give in to their bosses, and they're like, oh, favoritism, you can favoritism me, I'm gonna run the store now. They give them all these things. It's like, you got a job because you're friends with the GM in personal life. When it comes down to work, there's gonna be a huge fucking chance that that person's gonna sit there and tell you to fuck off. And tell you the honest truth. This is how these women are actually, like, thinking. They blame capitalism on their own stupidity. I said any employer knows when there's someone fucking reliable, you give them everything and anything to keep them going. And it's just the basic fucking truth. Like, if I had a really good employer that he comes and he does his job and that, and, you know, he busts his ass. Shining Dragon Light, a Diva Spear pierces the sky. Victory is yours. But yeah, and then listen to these ladies just sit there and say, "You're not safe. You need backup plans." And that. It's like, well, the thing is, like I said before, if you do stupid shit at your job, and you think you're a main character in this fucking story of yours, And I always tell, like, I come into work not to conquer the place I'm working at. I come into work, you know, to conquer my work, not conquer the whole place, not conquer everybody that's in the place. That's what I mean. I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, well, worry about what everybody else is doing. And this is what a lot of people seem to do. And they do it a lot. And I'll be sitting there like, why are you sitting there critiquing all these people now? Which is fine to critique. But you're critiquing people in a way that doesn't make any sense to me. It's fucking flat out fucking like stupid. And I like look at them. I won't say nothing, but I look at them like they're just like super negative about everybody. You know, I've been working here for so long now, yeah. You want everything to be about you. That's why you do the things you do. So like when I come to work, I want everything to be about everybody else, not me. I do my job to the extent for everybody else to make their jobs easier. I don't expect the other way around. Like, oh, if I say something, no, you have to be the one to do it type shit. Like, no. It would never be like that. Oh, I need to shut my door. Yeah, I'm about to crash it a little bit. I'm just talk about some stuff and I'm getting really fucking exhausted. Whatever that exercise was, man, it kicked my fucking ass. Sitting here sipping on a protein shaker. I ate some donuts. I'm about ready. Go lay back down. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm so tired. Last 2 days, I must have worked out really fucking hard and been fucking exhausted. Can't listen to these crazy bitches.
I smell the failure. Wait a minute, sister. Hold up there. Are you telling us that you took that wilderness Kool-Aid and you just go it down and you start saying, I'm strong and independent, don't need no man, and instead of committing yourself to your husband, to your man, but commit yourself to your boss, that was a mistake? I.e., your boss isn't going to be as committed to you as your boyfriend or your husband was?
Jesus, the trouble.
Oh my, that's shock. I mean, you're running like, I can't believe this happened. Full socialism. In fact, skip socialism, go straight to communism. That's the answer, right?
We've been
So that was
spotted.
that queen. See you on the other side, comrade. Before we move on, all of my like my video. To you, I would be here. Those of you,
I'm gonna start off with the butch. It's I think it's getting tired. Doesn't really want to be a fortune war. So, but not the worst. It's not the worst thing that these. I don't
We've
get
been
it.
spotted. Let's go.
Ew.
Like, you know, like squeeze.
Now you're just having massively overweight bitches saying, "Don't you want to be with
This
me
could be
now?"
useful.
'Cause
We've been
it's not because you're fat. The leading to fatness is to what? To be lazy. Like when someone's massive, like this chick is massively overweight. Like the honest truth is, she's enormously overweight. She has big, huge boobs, but her boobs are hella big. But her stomach encases so much flabbiness, and you say
You guys.
it's attractive.
But I'm not going in. Rena, my dear.
I said, well, first off, we have to pay for the food that feeds you. If you're that big, your stomach's enlarged, so you have to intake more calories to maintain the fatness that you have.
This is Yuma. Right. The winds. My harmonic winds will.
But that's a huge problem. Being that fat is actually disgusting.
I think the time has come. Every time I talk to someone, it's because I haven't like fully looked at their profile and realized that they're like amazing. It's just weird. I can't do it. I've aged out apparently. So.
Yeah, got him.
Oh, to that first one that showed everybody all the effed up things about her house that needs to be fixed. So in other words, he needs a nice little people to get in there and fix it. Well, at least we started with the porch instead of the metal circuit. Smoke detector that just needs a battery change. I don't know if that's an upgrade. No matter how bad it is, there's always going to be a just step up. If you want to step up, we'll fix this woman's stuff because that way she'll give him a shot. Oh, the girl doesn't blame her for laying out her first stuff on the porch. Work it works. And so the video was a video up front. Anyway, went back to the camera and showed her full program. All those chances are all of her. I'll say right now, all of us look at how people understand that they just don't civil in certain places to get at that. I mean, the wonderment of vision should be wondrous for them. That's what you have to look at another time. And the two, look at the fact that never become dead. I mean, guys, you have to chill out for a fourth impossible fifth meal every day, but hey, keep trying, queen. More power to you. And that third queen that's complaining because she's aged out of dating. Because every time she about, the men are 10 years younger than that. Translation. The men her age, which have what she wants, they take care of themselves, they built up wealth, they have resources, they have money, they have finances, and they probably have a nice home with a car. Well, her because, you know, borrowing a page out of that Queen Empowerment book, they're not going to settle. They're going for something younger. Something that's got less mileage on it and a little bit more traction on the tires. And the younger guys, what can I say? The ones that are hitting you up, they're hitting you, they just looking at you like target practice. I mean, you're not a bullseye, but, you know, you're within the mark. They just want to unload their entire quiver somewhere and making sure those arrows hit something. If you know what I mean. So the advice is, hey, at least you get to enjoy one last young bull ride before hitting the retirement home. Moving on.
So I found that working on this video, and I'm not even sure if that's good.
Oh man, these women try so desperately hard.
We've been spotted. Let's go.
They put these sad, emotional videos to get pity from people. But anyway, talking about women. I have a 40-something-year-old woman at my job on that. I'm certain that she's trying to pick me up. She's been saying specific things and that, and kind of cutting back on certain things to say that. But she's pretty perverted, I guess. Then again, I don't blame, because, you know, who's not perverted nowadays? She's being... She's being very selective with the words that she says, but it's starting to get pretty fucking noticed. It's like day 4 of her being in there, and she's already trying to put her fangs in me to try to like semi-seduce me and shit. Number one, she's always talking about her boobs. If a girl's always talking about their tits or how fat their ass is, more or less likely they're trying to fucking get closer to you. Now, it could be just playfulness, but it's not. Truth is, it's not. It's honestly just complete. Basic truth is, this chick just wants a dick. It's pretty fucking obvious. Now they say this person's a bad person, but she's being pretty fucking obvious the way she's talking. I'm just like, she won't stop, you know. She brings it up in a very low-key way. I'm like, honey, I think I already know what's going on. Like, you're pretty fucking obvious about it. Because she finally was asking me for my age. She's like, whoa, you know, you look like you're like 25 and they look really young in that. And I'm just like, no, it's like I'm almost 36. And then she's got, you know, stunned by it. Like, well, you know, don't stress out. And she asked me if I had kids. And you're asking me all these fucking questions in general. Like it's a fucking date simulation type shit. Asking me, how tall are you? How much? You look like you work out. Do you have any kids? How old are you? That's what people do on date sites. And not to say people don't really do that, but like, you're getting ridiculously chum with me, and it's pretty fucking obvious. Because you're talking about yourself being a MILF and shit, and it's fucking hilarious, because, you know, so always, like, bring up her kids and that, and like, oh, my kids' friends think that I'm a MILF, I don't know what a MILF is, and I'm like, knowing that you say that,
I'll take it.
it's fucking stupid. Are you retarded? I'm like... Like, you cannot be that fucking stupid. I'm like, you have multiple kids, probably with different fucking dudes. You know, I'm like... You try to talk like you're like 20 years old, but that's the biggest thing I've noticed. And then I threw down these... It's like right before I left for work and that. I've always dated very attractive women. I've always had very attractive women. Skinny, very petite, nice bodies and that. It's always. And what brought that conversation up and that, I was talking about, you know, girls love chocolate and that. That's like one of their favorite things to eat. because you know it's a hormonal thing and it calms you down in general. You know, as it calms down men, it calms down women. But for some reason, it works different with women. One of the guys said, "Oh, so I guess your girlfriend, your ex, must have been fat." I'm like, no, she was actually really fucking hot. She had an incredible body on her. She's extremely fucking attractive. I can't deny it. I mean, yeah, she wasn't the best person for me in that, but like her body was extremely fucking attractive. And then that's when I said, yeah, I've never dated women that weren't fucking not fucking had nice bodies and shit. I lift fucking weights in that. I may not have the skinniest body in that right now because I just started lifting the last year or so, but I'm micromanaging stuff and now trying to figure out something. But yeah. But I'm gonna have to say, it's always been like that. And the one guy, you know, he's gay and that you gotta lose and you got a little jelly over in that, you know. I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know. It's like the number one thing I always tell people that do not fantasize about people that don't really want to be with you. As soon as you start putting that little illusion up of something, more or less likely it's not going to be like that. Because people do a lot of illusional stuff in that. They fantasize about stuff in that because they can. Okay, you can, yes.
Get ready. Here they come.
The thing is, doesn't mean that it's healthy.
I'll take care of this.
But when I said that the girl that was kind, the lady in that was trying to, like, I guess, get closer to me in that. Now, I'm never gonna be absolute because women always seem to be like, you know, this and that about it, but this one's pretty fucking hungry. And I noticed the tone started to change. Of course the tone's gonna start changing. Because I'm giving you actual proof, and if you're not up to my standards, then more or less likely, it's probably not gonna fucking happen. It's just how it is. Like, you know, you're saying a 35, almost 36-year-old man has a baby face. He's basically calling me attractive in a way. Which is fine. Can't take anything bad out of it. But I always say every job I get, I always have the same bullshit. There's always multiple women. That's why I don't work with a lot of women. I work with a bunch of dudes. And I'm very happy I work with a bunch of dudes. Because when I work with women, it's always the same thing. Extreme annoyance of dramatized bullshit. Because they're all going to do this fighting thing. They're all going to try to sit there and be like, sabotage my job just because they don't get what they want. Sort of shit. It's just absolutely fucking outrageous.
fan blowing up. See? Flying and I'm being really unfishy. So I don't think that's a few things. I just think talking about how I don't think I know to be a kid. There's all kinds of people I think they do become a little inspired because I don't think that we feel about who is that important. How many people in the So where, what?
We've been spotted. Is there no other way?
My ex is a well-known person in our community for doing some stuff on social media, and he gained a very big, not very big following, but more than that, but he gained a following because of it, and he also used that to work a lot of stuff. He auditions with a lot of people, he gets a lot of people, and he also owns his house. This is a relationship I just left that I was terrified of, that I lost.
Oh, one of the sob stories. This woman dated some scammer guy that put up a following being an asshole, and now she's being accused of being part of that scam.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I got him. It's over. My battle can never end.
I love when people get caught being a fucking moron, and then they go on there and fucking cry on the fucking internet. Like, I get it, but like, you did it to yourself. If you walk in a fucking den of lions, and you're that fucking dumb to not have faith in God, and you walk in there on your own free, stupid will, yeah, of course the lions are gonna fucking eat you, which means that, of course, Sam's gonna eat you up, and you're gonna feel that full force of anxiety. And then going on the internet and trying to combat it by making up probably more or less lies about it, or trying to get people to get sympathy for you in that. And then you're being bullied online. Yeah, you know what the internet does? The internet bullies people that fucking say stupid shit and lie about stuff.
Get ready. Here they come.
Like, I had people come on and fucking say stuff to me because they were overly assuming I was trying to get with somebody that I wasn't trying to get with. And they sat there and they kept on pushing the narrative. I said, it sounds like you're pushing the narrative saying that you want me to be with this person. You keep on complaining about it. So I started blocking all these people and that. And the only reason why it happened is because that one jealous fucking bitch get fucking mad. Because this lady has an attraction towards me, but she doesn't want to come out and say it because she was, you know, a black young lady, and her mom was one of those race baiter fucking lefties. And she had attraction towards me, and it was pretty fucking obvious. They got mad at it. I said, so you want to hinder my speech for things that I fucking know, that I see with my own eyes? Because someone's gonna come on there and get fucking mad when nothing happens at all. Don't even, like, know this person really. Didn't really actually, talk to her and I. We just worked together. I never got her phone number, never did anything. And they exploded with bullshit. Yeah. That's what people do. They try to get lawyers and that, but didn't work out because lawyers are just like, well, he's on a public platform. You can't really do anything. So instead of that, they got me fired from my job. Then not even that much later than that, the lady ends up leaving her job too because she was probably fucking all fed up now that her mom fucking fired some dude that she had a massive crush on. That was pretty fucking obvious that she had a crush on. And she was like, fuck, I can't remember. I think I was like 29. She was like 21 or something like that
All right.
at the time. Maybe 22. I can't remember. And it's just like, okay, people crush on people. I never made a move on her. I never did anything. All I really explained is that she was crushing on me. And then I started to learn from our past. I don't respect women as much as I want to. Because they immediately go to the lying, complaining platform. And they always want to call HR on every damn thing. That's why I'm happy that I work with fucking men. And I try to stay away from women. I'll have conversations with them. If they enjoy me and they're nice to me and that, they give me a sense of respect, then I flirt with them. I give them a sense of love and that.
Fight back together.
Because more or less likely, that's what you do. You want to give love to people and that. So you give love. But then again, I'm just sitting there like, this is ridiculous. So I'm happy that I work with men. I cannot work with women because there's so many of them that literally just make up shit so they don't have to get caught with how perverted they are. And it's annoying. It's like love is meant for everybody, not meant for just someone in general just because you want to be intimate love. That's intimate love. But love altogether in that is meant for everybody. So if I want to love someone else in general, but without being intimate with them, that's fine. So I don't need to be that fucking close to people. Like work-related things, I love everybody I work with. Yeah, they have their ups and downs, and that people do stupid shit, but that's just how it is. Like when people think of love, they think of love as being always intimate with that person. I said love is not about intimacy. Intimacy is intimacy. If I say I love someone, they can take it as an intimate moment. Yes. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. Because that person doesn't think that's an intimate thing. They're saying, well, I love you, Nag, because, I find you a good person, that, there's something about you, Nag, that's nice, that. Some people take it like, oh my god, you're trying to fall in love with me. Like, no, just... But yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen with this Olena. She seems to be very, kind of headstrong, so to speak.
Saves us the trouble.
And she's really hilarious because she already did the whole like feminist bullshit thing. She's saying, "Oh, I'm a boss babe," and I'm like, "No, you're not. You think you're a 10?" I'm like, "Woman, you're overweight. Don't ever think you're a fucking 10, because I know 8s and something like that. I've seen gorgeous women my whole entire life, and I just look at her now, she's doing that badass thing. Oh, I have this, I have that, I have. You don't have shit. You have absolutely nothing. You're just using men for your own satisfaction, which is what a lot of these women do, that have 15 fucking kids, and they can't seem to find a decent man to be with them. No man's gonna want to be with you. Sorry to say, honey, that's not gonna happen. I mean, it's nice to be flirted with and that. Yeah, I like that tension, but
Get ready.
my God, it's like it's kind of annoying to some extent because it keeps on happening. That. And then other people get upset and that they get their emotions all in a bunch that because they think that I want to get with them and they want to get with me. It's like, dude, I don't want to get with you. Just leave yourself alone. Go be attracted to someone else. Don't be constantly pushing those narratives. Guard apple. Oh man. But yeah, it's just a little thing. I mean, for people that have been subscribed to me for quite a while now, they hear my stories, and I always have the same story. That's the only reason why I liked about working at Zips. I worked by myself, and I didn't have to work with a lot of people. I did my job. I got the fuck out. This job here, I don't work with a lot of people. I'll barely work with maybe like a couple people. Most times I just do my fucking job. I try to stay on the down low. You know, I work with older ladies that are, you know, in their 40s and that. So they don't really do anything. They like just flirting with me and talking to me. They don't really push the narrative. I mean, this newer lady, because she's new, so I haven't known her like for like I only worked with her for the last like week or so. So, well, it's likely she's kind of pushed the narrative a little bit, but she's not going crazy. But I did hear that when she was talking about my age and that, she was trying to talk about like how thick I was as a man. And she said something and then she cut it back. I said, honey, this is probably the first time that you try to pick up on a fucking dude to try to get them to help you and support your fucking lifestyle. Because the way that you're talking that, you don't get these kind of conversational skills when you haven't done it before. You probably search yourself into a job, try to find, you know, a decent, attractive man to try to, I guess, fornicate with you. I'm only saying this because this is literally how it goes. I can say whatever the fuck they want to say, but this is literally how it goes. Because your life fucking sucks, and you want someone else to be there for you because you don't have anyone. And I'm looking at all the red flags this lady's throwing out. Number one, the red flag she stated. She's like, we were talking about like, you know, intimacy and that, you know. And we kind of brought up in that. I brought up like the culture, and I was like, yeah, everybody wants to bang everybody nowadays and all that stuff and that because, you know, that's just how the culture is nowadays. And she's like, she's like, oh, I haven't been like that in like 4 years. I'm like, flat out, you're fucking lying. Because number one, all you do is talk about your fucking self, which means you're selfish, which means you think that you talking about yourself is going to get the man, which is me, interested in you because you talk about how big and how fake your boobs are. You talk about certain things that they organize with your boobs because that's the main source of you that's attractive is your tits. Okay, cool. I understand that. Every girl got their favorite part they like to talk about. Some girls talk about their butt. Some girls talk about their boobs. Some girls talk about how skinny they are. Some girls talk about how beautiful their faces are. Or whatever it is. And most times it starts with their ass. They always want to start with their butt. It doesn't matter how fucking fat their butt is. It's always the ass that they always want to start with. Because most girls, they don't have big boobs. They normally can't talk about how nice their boobs are. Because they ain't got no tits to talk about. That's just plain simple. Number two. Like I just said. Constantly always talking about how big your boobs are. This woman has brought it up multiple fucking times. And I'm just sitting there like, oh. She was talking about that she had like 3 shirts on. Like, if you have 3 shirts on, you'd be fucking burning up in here. And so the reason why you have all these shirts on, just to say, because you don't wear a bra, because first off, your boobs are fake, and your nipples are probably always fucking hard. because of the way that it is. Sometimes some women naturally just have hard ass nipples. That's why you're wearing all these shirts, because you don't wear a fucking bra. Because you have fake boobs. So you don't need to wear a bra. It's all fucking plastic in there. And so you guys are talking about this. Just hear me out. It's like I don't care what a lot of women say, because every woman knows the trick of other women. And since I'm a man that kind of researches this stuff and that, I kind of do understand, because it happens so fucking much in my life. I'll give you the actual tips on this. Women that attract to you as a man, this is how men become players. They know this. They know this at the back of their hand. I can look at a woman, and if she's attracted to me, she's going to want to look at me all the fucking damn time. I'm sitting in a gym, and I'm lifting weights and that, and I'll have a lady that's seen me multiple times before at the gym, and I see her in that. They're always going to look. They're always going to look. They can't stop it, because inside their minds, they're already projecting that they want to get closer. Not to say that they do, but they're projecting that they want to. Because they're starting to see what the results. And they see a man working fucking hard at the gym, probably works hard at work. So which means inside their brain, they're thinking, okay, he's going to be a stable man. Because he works out hard in the gym, and he's very quiet in that. He's not sitting there having friends around him. That it looks like he probably either lives on his own or he lives with people and that, whatever that is. They're already conjuring up all these things in their mind about how that person is. And it could be multiple women doing this. There could be 10, 15 women that I see at the gym that could have a huge possibility. If they see me all the time and they like looking at me, there's a huge chance they're already starting a fantasy mode. They're already starting to predict and try to think of. This is literally how it works. They're going to start thinking about, okay, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. Now, if they're not attracted, most likely they're not going to fucking do it. But if they are attracted, then they are going to do it. So, when you can say, how can you tell if a woman's attracted to you? In a public place. Not only at the workplace, it's pretty obviously they have to talk to you. Because they don't want to feel weird. So they have conversations with you. Number one, normally they talk about themselves. They talk about what they do, things they do and that. They're always constantly mentioning stuff about themselves. And sometimes you collaborate with them. I would say like one of the girls I'm probably like, can't say really 100% body type attracted to. Because, you know, of course, women I've been with have been extremely fucking attractive as fuck. Big old butts and tits and shit. Her body's nice, because she's skinny. Her personality's good, for the most part, because she talks about things that I talk about. When I talk, she likes to listen. She doesn't just sit there and just all the time. And that's the sign of, I guess you would say immaturity. That's a sign of purity, because you're actually willing to listen to other people. When other people grow up, to certain, especially women don't like to listen to other people. Prime example. Let's give this example. The lady I just talked about, well, she always talks about her boobs and that. Me and one of the guys, like he's one of my boys and that. He's a young guy and that, but me and him are very open-minded. We're very idealistic. We talk about ideas and that. We talk about something. He asks us questions and I give him answers and that. I got to talk about lifting weights and that and doing this and doing that. And like, so, we were having a conversation outside. Talking about, I asked her questions like, what's one of the foods that you haven't ate in a long ass time that you like to eat? And I said, like, corn dogs. I haven't had corn dogs in quite a bit of time. Like, actual good corn dogs. And he was thinking about it. He's like, I haven't had, like, mussels. Like, clam mussels and that. And I said, yeah, I can't eat clam mussels and that. But while we're having this conversation, that lady comes out, and she's sitting there, she's smoking that because we're taking our little break in that because we had a little downtime in that, so we all came outside to get some fresh air in that because every time we work in an enclosed space, the air is not going to be particularly the best because open spaces are always way better with oxygen. And so, like, she sits there and she keeps on talking about herself, talking about stuff and that. And me and him are having a separate conversation. Instead of her pausing and going in on the conversation that we're having about the food you haven't had in a long time and that, she keeps on talking about her fucking self. And me and him were looking and we're fucking laughing. She thinks that we're laughing with her. She's like, oh, it's like, dude, we're laughing at you because you're constantly engaging in conversation with the conversation has nothing to do with what the fuck you're talking about. So me and him got them talking about it, and she would not shut the fuck up about what was like. It was just such random ass conversation. She's like, oh, there was this bus crash and all this stuff and that, you know, and she was talking about all this stuff, and I say some child like broke his back and all this shit, and I'm like, number one, I don't fucking believe you, because you're talking too good about yourself, that you're this fucking iconic fucking mother and that. No, you're fucking lying. You know what I see? I see an older lady that cakes on a lot of fucking makeup because you're insecure about your fucking looks. You got fake tits because you're insecure about your looks. You know, this is how I see it. You're cool. You're fun to talk to and that. You seem to be a little open-minded, but you seem to be very fucking spoiled because the way you act is self-centered as fuck. You're super self-centered. You're a good worker, but you just started working. You're showing a good working detail because you just started working and you want people to get this imagination about you being good. Is that you keep on commenting on how you work. And I say, you're working good. And the way you're acting, you're trying to act like you're fucking 20, but you have kids that are 20 or almost 20. You're acting tremendously younger than what you are, which gives me the heads up of what you actually want in life. You're trying to hunt down for a man to give you a lot of fucking dick, but you haven't found that man because the way you act like a man. You can be a tomboyish woman and say, yeah, I like working on cars, but it's how you talk about yourself. Any other man knows a self-centered man. They constantly talk about themselves being higher up than what they are. Here's what I do. Personally, as a man, I say, yeah, I like lifting weights and I think I'm a rather strong fucking dude. I tell people to talk about food, movies, video games. You know, just little things that might happen around your area and that. Like, well, these are how conversations start. I never talk about, I never want to talk about myself unless it's something that's pointing out something about me that I'm trying to get better. Like, it's why I talk about all the gorgeous women that I talked to or that tried to sleep with me and stuff like that. Because in my eyes, that's why I'm fucking single. I never had a woman, if I did, I probably messed out because I was fucking stupid, that stuck with me all the way through and say, hey, it doesn't matter what happens, that we can do this together to make life better for each other. You take this half, and I can take that half, and we can become one, like God intends to do. It's hard to find, because most people quit on relationships instantly when they get hard. Instantly when they see negotiations not going their way because they're very selfish. That's the reason why. Hence the reason why my ex broke up with me. It wasn't going her fancy way, and it was kind of pathetic. So that's why that ass that she has, that's really nice. It's just a hit it and quit it type thing. Because it ain't worth the fucking relationship. It never will be. So going back to what I was saying. So we're like having this conversation that, and like she keeps on talking about herself so much, and I'm always pinpointing this. Number 3, with why women do these type of things. That you're trying to boast yourself being better than what you actually fucking are, and it's very obviously fucking the stupidest thing ever. You would think at a certain age you will learn to be what? Not self-centered. You'd be more open-minded. You know how you gather information? You fucking listen. This woman does not listen to nobody besides when you're working at. She barely ever listens. She's always yapping about this and that and this and that. I'm this and that and this and that. And comparing herself to other women. And I'm saying, probably should compare yourself to other women. Because, like, you'd be surprised how men think. I said, number one, just because you think of you being attractive, because you take on that facade of makeup on your face, and you walk around with your tits all pumped out and that, because you think of yourself being attractive. That's fine. That's your own personal perspective. That's fine if you want to think that. Because why would you not think that? Okay? But when it comes down to reality and other people's expectations on what they like, you're going to be knocked down a peg or two. You're not going to think that you're a fucking 8 or a 9 saying, well, if I lost a little weight and that I'd be super attractive and stuff like that. And you listen to the stories of people. This is where you get at. The stories of their life. The stuff that they've been through and that. This is where you get why they're like this. Number one. This lady literally talks about being a stripper. She brought up and that. I'm like, okay, you know, that's your past and I understand you did something. But to me, most times when I see a stripper, I see someone that's either down on their luck and that's the last thing they can do to make a lot of money that is to go on the pole. Or they want enormous amount of attention because they're super trashy junkies. They take a bunch of drugs and then they're like, oh, look at me. Rub their pussy on everything and then and fart in everyone's face and then like, oh, you like that, boy? And people throw a bunch of money at you and you think that I'm getting all this fucking attention. Nowadays, people do OnlyFans. Okay, it's easy to get attention. You don't have to be on a dirty ass pole. Because that shit gets disgusting. Rubbing coochies all over and that's disgusting. And so I'm hearing these stories now. I'm trying to say, like, you're telling me that basically that you're just a fucking whore. Because no woman, no offense to any woman that does the pull thing and that because you want to make easy money. No honest woman is going to not just get a normal job that lasts for years and get promoted and go from there instead of sitting there and degrading themselves by having everybody look at your fucking tits and vagina all day. To me, that is a fucking 100% no-go. Because that just means everybody else is seeing you, and if anything does happen to that, hit it and quit it if it came down to it. And I'm not hitting it. Because I don't trust it, and first of all, it's at work, and second of all, no, it'd be too much drama. This person's already very self-centered. Not a bad person, but really believing that she's this cool-ass fucking, like, mom type shit, and that's like, yeah, that's not how mothers should act. You're walking around acting like you're fucking, like, Coolio and shit, and, like, no, you're an old-up fucking stripper that believes that you're something you're not. And not to bring up this person's actual private business and that, but, like, when you talk about yourself in this way, it's just another way of men knowing that more or less likely you're full of shit. So anyone out there that listens to people that are super self-centered, you can be a little self-centered that. If you ask a question about their life and that, and they talk about it, that's cool. But when people talk about their life when they first meet you, because they might be attracted to you, and they're just blasting you with all these conversations and that, especially if they're a woman, and if they have that much fucking confidence, most likely they've been plowed a lot, and they understand how to get men. And it's not to say they're bad people. No. There's nothing you could say about experience. You're going to have the experience, you're going to have the experience. But it does say, when you try to say something like, I haven't been intimate with a man in 4 years, something extraordinarily, I heard this so many times before, and I'm like, you're fucking full of shit. I'm sorry, honey. Because then you start talking about. This is what makes it funny though. And this is why I laugh at that. Like I said, I don't dislike this person at all, but the stories that she says makes no sense. They're just really funny. So the person tells a story about, you know, I guess her kid, her older kid, and that, and she says all of his friends and that all are super attracted to her and that, and I say to her, I'm like, sorry to say, there's so many young, fucking, really attractive looking women out there. And sorry, honey, you're not young anymore. And you're not the most attractive woman that you used to be. So hence that you're just full of shit. I know milfy moms, because I actually know milfy moms. My next door neighbor, his mother was extremely fucking hot. She was like 5'8", big ass fucking D cup. She was skinny and fit because all she did was stay athletic and that. She walked a lot and she maintained her weight. And she was extremely fucking hot. She always used to push up her boobs and show off her tits all the time and that. She was really fucking hot. Yeah, that woman's a fucking MILF. I mean, nowadays that she's a lot older than that, yeah, more or less likely it's a little bit of a different story now. But when she was in her fucking like late 30s and that, she was fucking extremely fucking attractive. And same thing with my other neighbor. Same thing. When they were younger than that, extremely fucking attractive. Busting that, like, it was just annoying. And them ladies, when they were in their 40s, they were still fucking really fucking hot. And they're all like their fucking like mid 60s and late fucking 50s now. Exactly. So like, this lady's barely like in her 40s. Like she's in her 40s, and she looks like she's in her fucking 50s, and like her late 50s. Why? Well, it's because of the way her way her body is at. She has to take good care of herself and that. She's went through a lot of stuff and that, and I can understand certain things. But don't ever compare yourself thinking that you're a MILF and then telling me that you don't know what a MILF is. Don't ever think that about yourself, because it's not true. Because if it was true, you would have a fucking man right fucking now banging your ass in if that was true. Which hints to me it's not true. That's how it always goes down. When women live a fake life of attraction, and not to say that it's, you know, that you can't think of yourself as being attractive, but when you sit there, especially at that age, you haven't found out how to like do a good routine workout, how to eat better than that, and you still act like a fucking child. That's a lot of issues. Like, I eat a little bit better than I used to. I maintain good amount of exercise. And I just got massive fucking sugar rush. And I normally never get sugar rushes. That's actually quite amazing. It feels really good. I feel like I had caffeine, but I had no caffeine. I haven't drank any pre-workout yet. I think I had a tiny bit left over in my fucking cup from the other day. But it was like 10 grams of caffeine. Or 10 milligrams of caffeine. It wasn't anything that would like spark a huge amount of like turbulence in my brain. But you know what? That's kind of a good thing. It means I'm starting to react really good to carbs. And I was hurting yesterday. And the biggest thing is, I didn't really sleep that much. I came home around like 2:30. And I didn't go to bed till like almost 3. I mean, I slept. I didn't eat anything in that. I had some water in that. And like, I slept really good. Because, you know, I prayed to the Father, you know, to help me sleep in that. And I slept only for like barely like 2.5 hours. I woke up at like 5:30, and I'm just awake. I got some donuts and that, so I ate 2 sugar donuts and that. You know, I'm just like, okay, it's part of my diet, and I like to eat some carbs in the morning time and that to get my body awake and that. And now it's starting to work. You know, I'm starting to see the results. Yeah, I have to say, no, I am a little pudgy in that, but like, when it comes down to that, you know, my muscles are starting to grow in that. I'm starting to see results. I'm starting to see a little bit of detail in that, in my shoulders and my arms and that. You know, my legs are starting to get a little thicker in that. You know, I'm probably gonna go to the gym today and that, I guess. Probably do just a little bit of working out. Probably do more of a lightweight, depending on how I feel in that. You know, my biceps are still fucking hurting that. But yeah, it was just a really funny situation, and I'm just sitting there like looking at myself and I'm like, how do people think this shit? Like, it blows my mind. I'll be sitting there thinking to myself and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with people? Like I said, I don't say anything bad about this person, but like, when you're sitting there acting like a child in front of a full-grown man, especially someone that you thought that was, you know, young, you're trying to act like a fucking MILF in front of me. Oh, I thought you were like in your mid-20s and that. You're like hunting down young boys so you can get a little bit of D on the side. And you figure out that I'm in my fucking 30s, my late 30s almost. And you're fucking... and you're fucking sitting there playing this fucking game, and I'm sitting there looking at you like, and then you want to stop yourself and be like, oh, well, you know, talk about like how the way I look and shit. Like, because I'm really bulky, I got big fucking back and that, my back's really thick down now, and like, I'm starting to see more and more results. And you're like eye candy. Like, you can't stop fucking trying to flirt with you and shit. And like, it just basically just tells me. And I say little traps in that. And I always do. I'll say, oh, it seems like you don't want me to leave in that. And she's like, oh no, I don't want you to leave in that. I'm like, oh, okay. And they think that I'm saying it just because I'm saying it. But no, I'm saying it because it's I'm proving a factor here about how you are. Like, I use reverse psychology a lot. When I say something, I don't really mean what I actually say. It's actually quite the opposite. It's to test, try to see if you're like attracted to me or something like that. And it just proves to be opposite true. And I have to do these things so I can be notified on certain things. Like, oh no, we never want you to leave in that. Don't leave in that, you know. Because this lady has already asked me home. She's like,
Yes.
and she's like, oh, I'm just being nice. And I'm like, yeah, last time women take me fucking home, and that's because they want to get intimate with me or get closer to me. I'm like, I'm sorry, this happened way too many damn times already. And like, I know how women work more enough to figure out how much of bullshit they are when the bullshit comes across. That's why I do what I do.
Get ready.
I'm here too. You're here with me.
God, I love that auto healing tonight. Yeah, when you build up your friendship and that, you get a lot of like buffs and that. You can get like 10% more strength and more defense and shit. That's nice, actually. But yeah, I'm about ready to blow some ass. it.
Yes! My battles will never end.
Yeah, Genesis
Should be
is
easy.
extremely powerful. It's rather than how powerful it is. Like, obviously, you just had your guy, man. You would never have Genesis.
Yes!
Genesis. Nice. Dude, his strength is super fucking high. His damage is so high. He's overall better than your character. She does have an enormous amount of fucking defense. Yeah, her defense has always been extremely. I've always been able to put her more barrels. Yeah, full 17. Okay. Yeah, we got like an old carpenter guy working on their house and that. He's starting to do a bunch of stuff and that. It's just yeah, we hired a local old man carpenter that, and he's been building on our house here and there, fixing up certain things. Instead of getting like a full like 2-man crew or 3-man crew to do it, we just have him doing it. I think he's gonna end up working on our fucking bathroom and things now. But he does a really good job, and actually, he gets a lot of shit done. You know, that's the only thing I like about independent workers and that. He's a pretty cool guy in that. He does a really good fucking job, honestly. I'm gonna go upstairs and blow ass, cause I gotta blow ass really quick. Okay, get some water now. I'll be right back. Come on. Up. Up. Come on. Jump. Up. Up. Come on, up. There you go, baby. No, go on this side. Over here. No. Over here. Over here. There you go. Lay down over there, you big turd bucket. Activia yogurt fucking works really fucking well. My god, that was a fucking amazing shit.
I am in no way talking about for one day later saying that I know exactly what to do on a Thursday, but I do know what does not need to be done on a Thursday, and it's what I just experienced, and it is as soon as I go out, there's like a little coffee, steak dinners, everything. And the moment we get there, we actually want to go left. Even if you just met there, you get drive together, you don't leave your store to say hey, and then like go into the coffee shop, try to do it together, you just let her wander in and you don't try to stay right over here. Oh, I'm wearing a blue shirt, like, and then you just let her wander around, figure out where you are, and you're like, oh, over here. And then you who invited the girl on the date,
What?
plan the whole thing. This person said. And then you just, you don't even offer A or anything. I'm not saying guy has to pay for everything. You organize something, I organize something. I'm gonna say, like,
Should be
that's
easy.
not
Saves us the trouble.
Or a single cocktail because apparently having to pay $15 is actually way too much. Let's just be real here. Even if the guy met you at the door and was if you find up to where you're sitting and paid for everything, come on, you're still gonna find a reason to complain. There's a reason why you're almost a single woman. The way you're acting, it's pretty much gonna be a problem for the
You give mommy a bunch of love when you get back. You give mommy a bunch of love when she gets back from the hospital, yeah? Give a bunch of love and kisses and that.
likable. And when I first started gaming with Halloween on TikTok, one of the weirdest things for me to reconcile was that people just seem to like me. And that's weird to process when you live with someone who openly presents like my coffee is literally bothering him. You know, I had to be careful not to let him know that
All right.
something where I was happy about something because inevitably it would be used against me or twisted in a way that I couldn't have it anymore. I literally couldn't ask him for the simplest.
When women talk about how bad their relationships are, what the fuck are you in it?
Bad day.
Because he's got something. What are you doing, puppy? What are you doing? Hi. What are you doing? You're being a big baby. You want attention. You want cuddles. You want a cuddle. You smell so pretty. You're gonna get pretty soon, puppy.